All right, guys, welcome back to Crypto Boys. Joe P coming at you today with an awesome video. We always have awesome videos, but today is an extra special awesome video. Today, talking about Render. Render token, what the heck is it? You probably maybe have heard of it. If you're a little bit more techie, you might not have heard of it, but you should hear about it. Now, I want to tell you guys about what it does, where it's at right now, and price right now, price predictions coming at you. Disclaimer, I am not a tech guy, but fortunately for you guys, I do my research. So lots of great information here. We're going to dive right into what it actually is. We're going to go to CoinMarketCap, kind of go over what they say, and then go to the website. So let's do it. CoinMarketCap, Render token, sitting at $2.28 at the time of the recording. Here's what I like about this. Look at that market cap. $528 million. It is a small project. It is actually number 110 on CoinMarketCap right now. So kind of a lower cap, not super duper low cap like some of the other ones we've covered before, but it's definitely one to be looking at. Now, price action, it's been around for a long time. It's been here since 2020, real early. I mean, it sold, at 7, 8, 9, 10 cents for a while, kind of jumped up after there was a token supply to about, $2, which is kind of roughly where we're sitting right now. So it did run up in the last bull market. It had an explosive bull market. It got up to $7.78, it looks like. But here's what I want to talk about is what the heck it even is. So let's scroll down a little bit. Render token. Its ticker is RNDR if you guys are looking for it, is a distributed GPU rendering network built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, aiming to connect artists and studios in need of GPU compute power with mining partners willing to rent their GPU capabilities out. What the heck did I just say? First off, we need to define what GPU is, and then I'm going to show you how these two kind of work together. Good thing to note would be, what is GPU rendering? GPU rendering refers to the use of graphics processing unit in the automatic generation of two-dimensional or three-dimensional images from a model by means of computer power. Okay, cool. So in the crypto space, we're now talking about NFTs. We're talking about different images for your websites, things like that. Very important in the crypto space, of course. I mean, last year, the reason that this token exploded was because how popular NFTs were. It's really, really necessary for stuff like that. Back to CoinMarketCap. All right. Conceived in 2009 by OTOY Inc. CEO Julius Erbach, and launched in 2017. Render held its first public token sale in October of the same year, followed by a private sale, which is what I was just talking about, listing later in January 2018 through May 2018. My next question would be, what is OTOY? OTOY is a hybrid cloud solution that provides server rendering services for online gaming, interactive media, and high-definition content by combining the hardware and software solution stack. Boom, that makes sense. So basically what it's doing, it's a cloud service for NFTs almost, you can think about, where all of this GPU, this processing power is now in this cloud that you can access really at any time from any given place, which is fantastic. It's really, really helpful for the computing power that we need for these NFTs and the other crypto space in general. But how does it work? That's a good question. Render is an ERC20 token, meaning it's on the Ethereum blockchain. Used by artists on the network to exchange for GPU compute power for GPU providers, which is the node operator. So if you operate these nodes, then you're able to basically give the power to the people that need it to continue to work on this network. Render utilizes a combination of manual and automatic proof of work system, or in this case, proof of render, in order to verify all art has been successfully rendered prior to payment dispersal and art releases. So I'm going to go to the website here in a second, but this is a pretty important part to where this is why you need blockchain technology. This is why you need smart contracts, because this piece right here to the puzzle, it's so much faster if you have a smart contract doing it instead of a third-party company doing it. Here is their website right here, distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain. Pretty basic website for the most part. It's not like poppy and explosive like some of the other coins that we've covered before, but they do have access to their Twitter, their Facebook, a couple other of their social media pieces. We're going to go over their team here in a second and then go over price action. So as we talked about, Render Network is a leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions, revolutionizing the digital creation process. This is an awesome point here on their website. They basically say our visual world is evolving at breakneck speed, meaning that literally we can't even fathom or see how quickly it's changing because it's computing so fast. So we need it for these arts, these graphics, and there's really 4 things that they are doing with this render token, which is awesome. Network scalability. First things first, scaling GPU rendering power is too difficult with traditional rendering technology. So there's need for this increase in technology, need for smart contracts, need for this token big time in the world. The sleeping GPU network. This is important too. GPU, the most efficient rendering hardware, are now a standard component on every phone and PC. This is really important. It's in everybody's hand. This is why I think Render is a good project. Next step, better use of GPU power. Today, a large amount of GPU power is used in proof of work mining, specifically, for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, things like that, where GPUs are used to solve arbitrary arithmetic functions in order to provide the base power and security for their respective crypto networks. So it's used already in proof of work systems. Digital rights management is the other thing. There is no universal accessible storage location for artists to store their work and know that it is theirs. So very important. This is why people are going to want to start to use it, especially as artists, as creators, NFT makers. If Snoop Dogg getting into the crypto space, getting into the metaverse, he's going to want to make sure that he knows that it is his product on the space. All right, I am not going to read the white papers at all for this to you guys. I did look at it. It is interesting, but this is kind of the process that is utilized here. So for the Render Network, basically a user is requesting jobs. Okay, so they submit a job on Render. The Render Network utilizes smart contracts, so they do not need a third party to someone manually putting stuff in there to say, yep, we agree. They use the blockchain so that everyone can see the transactions. That can't be tampered with or anything like that. The protocol calculates the amount of render required to perform the job. So that's the smart contract doing all of the work without anyone else. The user processing the jobs there. The tokens are getting distributed here. The GPU owners use Octane Render to process the requirement jobs. Boom, right back to it, powered by Ethereum. And then the same thing on the backside. Once completed and delivered, render tokens are transferred via the smart contract. So there's a payment back and forth here with the render tokens, which is why it's important to utilize. All right, guys, the team, Julius Erbach is the founder at Render. They have a very pretty in-depth team here. They have a handful of big names that have been in other projects before, but the big one is Julius Erbach. Let's look at him here. Julius has the strategic vision of OTOY. We already talked about that, and chief architect of the company's technology roadmap. So that is nice to know, guys. He has also worked with some big names. You might know him for 3D video game platform and license and software to Macromedia, Disney, Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Microsoft, Hasbro, and AT&T. Everyone knows those names, right? Nickelodeon, Microsoft. These are big things. So clearly this isn't just some Joe Schmo kind of just hopping into the space and be like, yeah, I think this technology is cool. No, he's been using this technology for years and now wanted to implement it into the crypto space to really speed everything up, help everyone out. So basically taking this cloud space of this GPU service of people that are not utilizing it, even though they have ability to on their phones and on their computers, and accessing it of all of this potential power and this potential energy. And if someone needs it over here, they can access it through render tokens and pull that power to make sure that they render faster, they move faster, they make their NFTs faster in the space to actually make sure that it pops up on your screen. We have issues all the time with our computer rendering. Everyone's probably seen it, like rendering happens all the time. To make that faster is essential. There's never a time where I think anyone's going to be like, no, that's much too fast. The rendering's too fast. The internet's too fast. The Wi-Fi is too fast. That's not a thing. There's always going to be we want it faster. We want it faster, and we want it faster now. Render token is possibly one of the coolest pieces of technology I've seen in a little bit. I don't use it much, but I think a lot of people are going to use it, especially as artists and people get into the NFT space that want to make things faster and more available to their client or their people that they're looking to sell these things to. I think it's going to be really, really important and key. So let's go back to CoinMarketCap. We'll talk about price. Okay, so the circulating supply right now really is only 230 million, which is about 43% of the total max supply. Again, the market cap being so low, I mean, this could easily 4, 5, 6x, no doubt. I mean, just to go back to all-time highs, it would be probably about maybe under a 4x, a 3 or 4x. So just to get back to where it was here in the peak of that bull run, really this has potential to explode again. Now, it's already proven that it has gone, basically from all of this bear market, or the end of the bear market prior to the explosive bull market that we had earlier that year. It didn't really explode too much in March, little bit, I guess. But then from there, it did have that massive run up. So clearly people started utilizing it, and it was a good project to have at that point. Me personally, I do believe that it has potential to be $14, $15, $16, by the end of the next bull run for sure, if and only if people start utilizing it for explosive NFTs, and if people start getting in with songs and movies in the crypto space, using smart contracts for other things, just NFTs, that is going to be where you make the big bucks for this one. As always, though, this is not financial advice. Joe P, the Crypto Boys, we don't give you financial advice. We just give you the information. We just spell it out for you. We do the research so you don't have to. As always, though, we do recommend, hey, you take a peek at the project. If you like it, if you like what we're saying, go do your own research on Render. Maybe do a little bit of deeper dive on your own. Maybe look up some different things. Maybe look up their social media, which is cool. That's always a great option. Everyone has social media. Everyone uses it on their phone. Just go click on Render. Go find them on Twitter, something like that. If you are a Render holder, we want to know about it. We want to have you drop your comments below, especially if you've used the Render network before. Because again, I think that this one is going to be huge, especially sitting over 100 on CoinMarketCap. It is going to be explosive. Make sure that you like the video. If you like Render, might as well subscribe to the channel since you've been hanging out with us this whole time. We do appreciate it, guys. So as always, thank you for being with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. We'll check you guys next time.